Hello and welcome. In World War II, Britain gave Joseph Stalin's Russian forces 1,328 fighter aircraft so that they could better fight the Nazis. The Supermarine Spitfire Mark 9 serial number PT879 was one of these Lend Lease aircraft. A Spitfire bearing the Soviet Red Star on its fuselage and wings instead of the usual RAF roundels is rare. This aircraft was wrecked in 1945, left abandoned on the tundra in a remote part of Russia. You would think that this would be the end of it. Not so. After a restoration project costing more than £2 million, it is now the only flying example of a Russian Spitfire in existence. It is owned by Englishman Peter Tishman. Stalin's Spitfire was built at the Vickers-Armstrong's factory in Castle Bromwich near Birmingham. PT879 was shipped to Murmansk in Russia's far north in October 1944. It joined a Russian squadron but crashed on May 18, 1945 on the nearby Kola Peninsula. Official reports say that PT879 had completed a total of 18 hours 29 minutes of flying time before the crash. The crash was a result of dogfight training when another Spitfire hit it with its wing, cutting off its tail, according to historian Peter Arnold. PT879's pilot, Lieutenant Grigory Vasilyevich Simoinov, bailed out safely. Mr. Arnold said Spitfires with their not-so-sturdy undercarriage and high performance at high altitude were not a particular favourite of Russian pilots who preferred more rugged aircraft for the immediate height combats on the Eastern Front. After its recovery by a Russian farmer in 1997, PT879 was sold to a UK buyer. The Spitfire was located and brought out of Russia by Mr. Spitfire himself, Peter Monk. He tells a great story of how he visited Murmansk in 1998, spending 3 weeks negotiating with some rather interesting characters, but successful in the end. The aircraft then returning to the UK by a circuitous route in 1998 and acquired by Angie Soper, a well-known display pilot later that year. 6 years later, it was bought by Mr. Tishman, who runs the Hangar 11 collection in North Weald, Essex. He is a licensed display pilot and provides planes for air shows, corporate events, films and weddings, and has restored several wartime machines. His collection includes a more familiar-looking Spitfire Mark 9 with RAF roundels and an American P-51D Mustang. Despite PT879's remains being badly damaged, Mr. Tishman's team was able to harvest thousands of parts including its wings, fuselage, cannon and machine guns. The Arctic tundra had even preserved some of the Spitfire's paintwork. A replacement Rolls-Royce Merlin 66 engine was sourced from Biggin Hill Heritage Hangar in Kent, where the restoration was completed. It was even fitted with 250-pound dummy bombs, as Spitfires late in the war often carried these. PT879 made its first test flight post-restoration last October and has a Civil Aviation Authority permit to be flown at displays. Mr. Tishman said he had been supported by his wife Karen during the project, adding, "It has been a labour of love for both of us." He said of his wife, "Karen likes flying too, but it's only a one-seater, so I can't take her with me unless she was strapped to the wing, and she's not keen on that." Out of the more than 20,000 Spitfires built from 1938 to 1948, around 60 are still flying today. Thank you for watching. Support us by subscribing and liking.